Rick Hodge, Outside the Lines, brought to you by Henley Honda.
The other day I was listening to some sports radio chatter under discussion the Blue Jays. The host was talking about the Jays shuffling the deck with the lineup. Third baseman Edwin Encarnacion makes some iffy throws to first. So how about this? Jose Bautista, who makes a much better throw to first, should be pulled in from right field to play third. Juan Rivera, who's been DHing, could book into the right field spot to cover off Bautista, and Encarnacion would end up taking over the DH position from Rivera. Sounded like a pretty good idea. A few listener calls into the discussion. A man gets on the phone and jumps on the host for wanting to move out the Latino players as soon as the Jays lose a game or two. The caller had a Latin accent. Now, number one, the host wasn't trying to get rid of anyone, just moving around a few deck chairs to give the Jays what would be, in his opinion, better defense. Whether it would or not is moot. It was tossed out for discussion. But that's not what the listener heard. He heard getting rid of Encarnacion, who happens to be a Latino player. Now, the host was obviously offended by the insinuation that he was showing cultural bias towards Encarnacion, and he loudly came back with, "Is that all you got? Is that all you got?" Which is what I was thinking, but not about the caller, about the host. Is that all he's got? Time to change subjects here. What gave the caller the idea that this was about race or culture? That's what I wanted to know. It's a reaction I've really never understood. Now, I was once called a racist by a caller over the phone after I called a baseball player an idiot, and he was. He happened to be black. What I tried to explain to the caller was that I had called far more white players idiots than black players. Regardless of race, creed, or religion, an idiot is an idiot. That didn't seem to register with the caller, though. Look, I'm not going to try and tell you that racism and bigotry don't exist in sports. It took a long time for the NFL to figure out that black college quarterbacks don't have to be converted into receivers, running backs, or safeties. Think about Warren Moon, one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen in the CFL. The NFL didn't bite on this guy, didn't draft him because he was a black quarterback who wanted to play quarterback, and he refused to switch positions. The NFL, every team in the NFL guessed wrong. When they finally took a chance on him after 5 Grey Cup wins and a Hall of Fame career in Canada, he did head south for, and wait for it, an NFL Hall of Fame career. Black quarterbacks are athletic, white quarterbacks are brainiacs. That was the unspoken but common belief by NFL management until they finally figured out that you could be both. They even figured out that blacks could coach, and they could coach and win, and they could even win Super Bowls once in a while. You know, that host wasn't inferring that Encarnacion should be moved anywhere because of his point of origin. It was about making the team better. But for the listener, it was a move to pare down the number of Latinos on the Blue Jays. The caller overreacted, and he equated the criticism of a player as criticism of the player's Latin heritage. We, and I mean all of us, really have to listen to what's being said. Race, culture, and point of origin still do play a factor in sport. The Toronto Raptors sell Toronto's multicultural makeup to foreign-born players. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. They overpaid to land Heydou Turkoglu as a free agent. They sold him on the large Turkish population in the Big Smoke. Turned out to be an absolute disaster. He played like he wasn't interested. He played like he didn't care. Please don't think I have an anti-Turkish bias here. He acted like an idiot because an idiot, race, creed, or religion, is still an idiot. I'm Rick Hodge.
Rick Hodge, Outside the Lines, has been brought to you by Henley Honda.